I dude, you know what? I'm so stupid. I didn't know it was a deal. We did a show at WCW, and we're in his suite. He's like, bing. I'm like, I look like a country hick. I'm like, yo, all right, man. You definitely. I was like, what the fuck? I had no idea. Well, hey, we're about to go live.
We already are live.
See, Apple life. Fuck that 3-stripe life. I'm Apple life. Except for when it comes to that $53,000 cheese grater.
Yeah. What?
It looks like a cheese grater.
Yeah.
53 grand maxed out, dude. It's like, man, I could almost buy a Tesla.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that kind of shit.
Yeah, listen.
I mean, that's why I don't know, cause it's time to get it popping.
Yeah.
See,
that shit felt. You see now, it sounded cool, but it felt corny when I did it.
Oh, it was corny as shit, but it
felt really fucking corny.
But it built you Billy D. Williams that shit. Billy D. Williams say some corny ass shit.
So corny as fuck.
Oh man.
Good to see you, gentlemen.
Cheers, guys.
Get it popping.
We didn't even say hello.
Not at all. Fuck them. No, I'm kidding.
Shot, we'll say hello. You know who he is. Oh, that's good shit. What's your name?
Broadcasting live.
Oh, we live. Cool.
Yeah, the red light.
Awesome. Oh, yeah.
I told you, sneak up on you.
Broadcasting live from the Soul Supplement Studios.
Yes, sir.
Sunny Las Vegas.
14 years coming up, baby.
Welcome to another episode of Other Side of Vegas. I'm your host, Roy Evans.
Bruno Browning.
And my man in the middle.
Hey,
Mr. Badbeat, Mr. Mantra, Mr. Techno Tuesday,
Mr. Namaste.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna jump right. I'm gonna completely switch all that shit and go right into him. Because it's been a minute since we had him. You know what I mean? Since we had him here.
Yeah.
Actually, on the show.
We never had him here. Here.
Since we had him on the show.
Keep thinking that.
What you been up to, man?
Just enjoying myself. I mean.
Speaking of which, I mean, welcome home.
It's good work if you get
it.
Because you're fresh back.
Yeah, I just got back from Mexico. I did like a small little tour. I went to Monterrey, to Oaxaca, and Zacatecas, and then I just came back here.
And
nice.
You picked up some
mezcal for you? Yeah, I got you, bro.
I'll report back next show. Love that shit.
So how was it?
No, it was really good. Actually, you know what? I was pretty surprised with Zacatecas because I'd never been there before. Like that was like my first time going, and I was pretty surprised. I mean, the city is like really beautiful. It's super clean. It has like a very old kind of like European kind of architecture, like super old buildings and stuff. I guess there was like part of the colonies were Spanish and French.
It was along that trail, on that route. Yeah. Wow.
And it's cool. It's super cool to go see those kind of buildings. Obviously, we won't see them here, you know. So
yeah.
Anything.
If they were here, we'd blow them up.
Exactly.
And build something.
Something different.
Then blow that up.
Yeah. So we want to come back to some of the other stuff you've been getting into.
Always
but I
moving this guy.
What's that?
He's always hustling. He's always got a million things to do.
For real.
I love that shit.
But I want to get into what's going on real quick because you guys don't want to see us take shots and talk shit. So
someone does.
But real quick, I want to shout out the past couple of days, open house. See, I already did them injustice because I don't remember who the hell was there. But big ups to Mehdi and Rachel Lawless and Tony Comfort.
I like those two dudes. And Tony, of course.
Yeah, but I forgot who was playing.
Those youngsters
but
are
it's
really
good to
cool.
see everybody. As well as what I didn't go to was T3 last night, Techno Taco Tuesday.
T-Cubed.
With Eder Moore and
Tony.
Disconnect and Tony.
Yeah, and we had some friends from Salt Lake City, the guys who, well, they have a crew called Clandestine, and they do more of the minimal micro house kind of like music.
That's cool.
And they have a pretty good scene in Salt Lake.
Okay, yeah.
Is that a departure from the norm, you guys? Is that something new? Is it a different sound?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's cool.
the Romanian house.
That's cool.
I mean, that's kind of like a new thing that is going on in Europe and everywhere else now.
That's cool.
It's very, very like minimal.
And also last night was Funk and Soul,
like
Black Irish and Victor. Was there last night. But tonight, DCR, Slow Burn, Jay Handel.
Love that dude.
In the building with Casey Andrew and Jason Casey. I love that night.
I gotta get down there.
I love that night. If you haven't been to DCR on a Wednesday, I mean, and obviously, you know, it depends on what you're into, but every night is dope for one. But
Handle by itself is worth the trip.
that too, you know, but the Slow Burn experience is just really fucking
It's
cool.
real organic.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I mean, because I mean, you're playing with live instruments, and it's, you know, it's more on the down tempo side.
Yeah. I went to one when they were
Usually.
way out. They were on Decatur or something back in the day.
Yeah.
I went out there once, and it was a really the venue was weird. It was like a weird bar, but it was really cool. Still, they overcame that with just the organic nature of the instruments and just the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, it was really cool. Really
Yeah,
cool.
and then I walk in there like, we're not playing house tonight, and I'm like, I know.
Don't pigeonhole me.
Yeah.
Don't put me in a box, motherfucker. Racist.
But that's the difference between supporting a night and supporting your people.
Yeah.
You know, I support my people regardless of what they're doing. I don't have to like the shit. I'm not gonna go out and
Yeah.
make life choices because of it.
She said life choices.
You know, like-
there's the sport in the scene. You don't have to be all up in that particular genre to support
exactly.
the
Yeah.
scene. Yeah.
Exactly, and that to me just seems to be more important. But yeah, that's tonight at DCR, and then you have tomorrow you have Lenny Alfonso at DCR, and also you have DJ Harry A.
Here we go.
Classic House Thursdays.
He handles that stuff too.
Yes, that he does.
Yeah,
that he
that's
does. And Usual Suspects, Unfiltered Soul, Friday, DCR, and
Got to make it down there.
and Saturday you got Saturday Night Vibe with Douglas Gibbs, and I don't owe anybody anything, but I feel compelled to at least, you know, keep people mindful of that because I don't post it all the time on the Instagram, the other side of Vegas.
Follow.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
No,
but
follow. No, you can't do it.
I don't do that all the time because it's usually every week. You know what I
It's
mean?
just a staple.
Yeah. So,
But
at
I
least-
think it's nice to kind of like put it out there because, like, for example, there's a lot of younger kids that don't know that these guys have been doing it for over 10 years, right?
Yeah.
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 yeah, I
And
would
it's
say
something cool. I mean,
every night that I mentioned,
Yeah.
everyone's been doing it more than 10 years.
yeah. It's just
Which
like,
is cool.
especially for people like that don't live here in Vegas, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
everybody has a stereotype of like saying Vegas is super EDM, which is true, but not the local side.
Yeah.
I think the
People
local
don't realize
side,
there's a whole other
except
side
the
of
other
Vegas.
side of Vegas. There.
Ta-da!
See what we just did there? DCR's a big meeting place too. Anytime there's anybody coming out of town and they want to link up, that's always my go-to spot.
Yes.
And then we go from there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like let's link up.
Yeah, I
well,
mean-
actually, let's link up with a tie.
Right,
Let's
right.
Go, let's go
Then-
to DCR,
yeah.
and then if we want to go, you know what I mean? It's a
But
perfect spot for
it's
that.
a cool spot to show to the people that come from out of town.
Yeah,
Because I mean, it's
they
really
have
nice
good
cocktails,
mixologists. Yeah,
but
great
you
cocktails.
know, and it's like super chill spot, super loungy, really good fucking sound system.
You can
not utilize
check
them.
off.
Function one.
You can check off a bunch of boxes. I mean,
Yeah.
Between it being just a really cool spot because it's a myriad of things, you know,
Yeah.
modeled after Bohemian Speakeasy, blah blah
Yeah,
blah. But it's just a cool vibe, and
It is.
and at the very least, it's a great way to start a night.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I
But
mean?
also, I
the
think,
pre-party
like-
jump off.
Like the history that it has too, you know, like
Yeah.
it's been like okay, like
Been a
it's
minute.
been open for like over 10 years,
Yeah.
and so
Well, that's why I mentioned stuff like it being modeled after Bohemian Speakeasy. It sounds kind of corny, but you kind of get it once you get there.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why it actually, you know, it was successfully done. They
Yeah.
created a vibe that you kind of get when you get there.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of
But
undeniable.
also for like underground music or like house, you know, what other space has had that? You know, like that is currently open right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's kinda
on
like,
that
it
tip,
should be.
the Vanguard had it down for a while.
Right.
Yeah.
But
But
obviously,
they stopped.
DCR was open before.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
before
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Years.
But,
yeah.
but
But-
the staples, you
Yeah,
know, you think
exactly.
of that, things come and go. They're still there.
I have to say, speaking of the Vanguard, big ups to them.
Yeah.
On a wild journey.
Yes.
they will be missed.
Yeah.
Totally.
So they've been missed for a while now because they haven't been doing. I feel like maybe
Yeah,
I don't know. They
been
haven't
in
really
house,
doing.
right.
Yeah, so I've missed it for a while now.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm super thankful to like Edgar Ray. He was the
Oh,
one
yeah.
that
Hell yeah.
kind of like introduced me to Jennifer, and like this is how I started to do Uppercut Tuesdays. That was my
Yes.
first night there.
Uppercut
and
Yes.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
You love Tuesday
And-
nights,
Yeah,
don't you?
yeah,
That's-
Tuesday.
That's your jam,
That flyer just popped up too when I played at Uppercut Tuesday.
Yeah, yeah.
That had to be like, I'm trying not to exaggerate.
2011 or so.
I want to say it was. I want to say it was 11.
Well,
Yeah,
I've never
that's
played
it,
for Tino,
yeah.
so I guess it doesn't matter.
I
knew
gotta
I was
get
gonna
you
work
there.
that shit
I
in.
got,
You
yeah,
knew I
I
was
got,
gonna work
now,
that
now, now I have to get you in there.
Listen, it's a lot better than I did. What's his name?
Oh, Brett.
Brett. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. Things got a little testy.
Oh shit.
No,
No,
it
it was- I'm joking.
wasn't
I'm
testy.
joking.
His mom goes, "Why's that white boy so angry?" And he goes, "Mom, he's not really angry. He's just fucking angry." Big ups to Brett.
But
And,
actually, Vanguard was pretty cool, man. I think I mean, since I remember, it was a spot that I kind of wanted to play at. Because I saw that everybody was playing like when it just opened up,
Huge
right?
names too. Man.
Yeah, look, Nick, Mark Fanchuli played there.
Yep, dude.
Right?
Doc played there numerous times.
Yeah.
Freaking everybody played there. I mean, big cats played
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
dude. Like it was.
It was a cool spot. I mean, since it, like it was different.
I had a hard
and,
time
like,
hearing that spot. Though.
Right. But it was different. It was
Yeah.
like kind of like
It
modern.
was, yeah, it was industrial.
Square.
It was industrial.
Yeah.
It was like New York. I bet. That's all I hear. 134th Street and Broadway.
The fuck is that?
I'm just making shit up, man.
You at the fucking bus depot?
Hey, man, dude, you don't know about the Bus Depot, dude. That shit's bumping on Thursday nights. Bus Depot Thursday, man. That shit. You don't know about that, man. You ain't New York.
Matter of fact, if I remember correctly, I think you're technically in the projects on 134th Street.
You know, that's where I'm hanging.
PJ.
But yeah, it was a pivotal spot.
Yeah.
It came in at a great time.
Yeah, perfect time.
Because I want to say Edgar was probably at the Artisan at the time.
He's on his like sixth location, probably about it.
I think
Something like that.
Red Room was already done.
Red Room was done,
Yeah.
and I think he did a short. He did like the
There's
Red
one in
Dragon
between. Yeah.
on
Oh,
Sahara.
Oh yeah.
There was one in
And
between
then
that,
he
right?
went. Then he went to. That's the one I'm talking
there's
about.
two.
Yeah.
And then he went to Artisan, and so Vanguard came around at a really pivotal time when it seemed like something that we had already grown fond of was kind of
Done.
Yeah.
teetering
Yeah.
on the edge of
Yeah.
extinction and shit. So he got like another 6-7 years of life out of it, just
Yes.
at
Steady
Vanguard.
life too.
Yeah.
Without that nomad
Yeah.
life they had been before.
Yeah,
know?
I mean, and just played a part in like some really pivotal moments over the years.
We used some of their art for a track that I think Lip Tricks was on it for the cover art. That chick on the she's looking down. I think there's smoke coming up on one of those walls. You know, it was really cool artwork. That just the whole vibe in there looked artistic enough
Yeah,
to use
yeah,
for
yeah,
cover
yeah.
art. You know what I mean? Like not in your face cover art, just
Right.
real subtle groove type of shit, man. It's gonna be missed. That place is gonna be missed.
Yeah,
Big time.
definitely. So where's the fucking segue on that one?
I tell you the segue is next door is therapy.
Therapy, yeah.
Well,
TT.
I mean, next door is therapy.
Just go with it.
Yeah.
But since it's been so long since we've had you on the show, so much has changed. Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
moving to therapy. So what's that been like so far, and how has 2019 been being there?
2019 has been like a very interesting year. I feel like because we went through what Juicy Beats was, and it was cool to be there. And then we closed, and then so we had to move. We went over to Artifice.
Oh, that's
So
right.
we're Artifice for
Yeah.
like
That's
a
an
month, I
interesting.
think.
It's an interesting. I'd say a very interesting venue.
Yeah.
And big ups to Gambit that does Soul State
Soul State
over there.
yeah.
Yeah, it's another dope party.
Third Saturday, right?
I don't know what that is.
Every third Saturday. You have to go check it out. It's
Yeah,
cool.
I should, I've been. That's been on my calendar to do that for a while too. You should do it next time.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
And so
I think he's doing something New Year's Eve, but I'm not promoting any New Year's Eve stuff right now.
You need
Like
to.
once I get all the information, you can check it out on
I bet
Instagram.
he promotes one to use that thing.
San Diego.
You ain't the boss of me.
You ain't the boss of me.
But big ups to Gambit over at Soul State.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were over there
So
for
yeah,
about a month.
for about a month, and then we ended up moving over to therapy in April. I feel like it's April, yeah.
Okay.
April. And then yeah,
a good
we-
layout there, too.
Yeah, it's cool. It's different.
It's like a nicer Vanguard. It's real modern. It's
There you
modern.
go.
It's a more
High
upscale. You know what I mean? It's
ceilings.
more
Yeah,
upscale. Look. You know what I mean? It's nice. I
And
like it.
throwing a side of Juicy Beats that you don't have to pay rent for.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's all the overhead.
Yeah, way, exactly, and the stress as well. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
way
man.
different. Yeah. No, it's over here. It's just plug and play, so it's like more chill. Sometimes I feel like, what am I doing here? Like I have nothing to do.
Did
You
they
know,
make
it's
some
just like-
concessions for you? They look like they made like they tailored some stuff for you guys to. Come
Yeah,
in.
yeah,
it looked like.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I was having dinner like I saw that earlier offset,
Uh-huh.
and it looked like they'd done some boost stuff or they thought they had done
Yeah.
something to accommodate you guys. which
Yeah,
is cool.
definitely. And they added like the screen.
That's got to make you
But,
feel good. Like they're
yeah.
committed
Yeah,
to you guys being
exactly.
there. You know, that's a good start anyway, right?
It is. And so, I mean, we're super thankful to be there as well. So, I mean, Maria and Chris are being great with us, patient as well. But yeah, I mean, it's like anything, you know, you change your event or your party from one place to another. I mean, think about it. Like we've been there for like almost 4 years
Yeah.
at Tacos and Beer, like right next
Yeah.
door to where Juicy Beats was, and so everybody kind of like already knew the spot.
Well, yeah.
So, but then you move it, and even though even though you do like a lot of social media advertisement, and you kind of tell everybody that you moved, that you change addresses, people are still gonna be used to the same spot.
Well,
so
people in Vegas are notorious about not wanting to change. Just like, I don't know if I want to go over there. I mean,
I don't know
as
what the spot-
loyal as your fan base, you have a huge fan base. But I know they had to be some people like, nah.
yeah.
I got to go downtown. Now they're charging for parking. Then I mean, there's a lot of excuses.
But even with him just going across over to Juicy Beats,
Yeah, people were still going to
think-
Tacos and Beer. Like,
I think
People are stupid.
one of the bigger things that it kind of brings to light, on one side, how fickle we can be, but at the same time, just how much everything else outside of the music plays a part.
yeah.
Which we should be more mindful of, but we're not.
Yeah.
You and I, we
And the
tend
thing
to put
is
all
that-
that in the music.
Well, yeah, it's like
Or it pisses us off anyway.
both sides can be argued.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Because on one side you want to feel like the music is most important,
It is when I play.
but music in shitty surroundings. There's something to be said for great music in a shitty surrounding.
Sahara Lounge, stab a jab.
Sahara Lounge. Oh yeah.
Go in and get your money taken. Hear Christopher Lawrence play. Yeah, that's right. I said it.
Yeah.
He's not a part of this.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck that refers to.
I'm just saying that's a sketchy place. I would not because one of my good friends wanted to go, or someone wanted us to go there after party after DCR, and because it was just held up,
Right.
I'm like, she's got an $8,000 purse. I was like, no, we're not going over there. You know what I mean? That place got held up.
Yeah.
Why introduce that drama into it? And there's a down chick, but she's got kids. You know what I mean? Like that factors into it. I mean, all the music in the world wouldn't have had me go over there with her, even though she was down, because they were just raw.
It's hard. It's hard to shake off a stigma.
Remember that, like last year or something, shit like that. It was like crazy.
It's hard to shake off a stigma.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we endure that in many different ways, but that rabbit hole ain't worth going down.
Not with a guest here.
Yeah.
We'll have a 6-hour show.
So even with that short move, like, and that couldn't be more than 200 feet. It's
At best.
It's almost like a shocker. For just changing locations, and then what it takes for people to get used to a new location. Not to mention the time it takes for you to find a new identity within that establishment, because it was still Techno Taco Tuesday,
Right.
but it kind of wasn't anymore.
Yes.
Well, I got a question about that. How do you get your mind right? I don't know if you want to talk about this.
Yeah,
There's
of course.
how do you you guys put so much into. I know it's just something I'm curious about.
No, yeah, go ahead.
You guys put so much work and love
Yes.
into Juicy Beats.
Yes.
And that didn't come. I mean, I ain't trying to get in your pocket, but that didn't come cheap.
No, it didn't.
It hours. You guys were always like building. You had poor audio bender, air bender in there, fucking shit up, mailing shit bad. Like, you know.
Props to Greg. Yo, Greg.
Like, you know, you had it was a team effort.
It was a team, man.
Made it, talk about Bohemian. You guys made it. It had a lot of love and work.
Yes.
How did you process the from my point of view, somewhat drama and somewhat wrongdoing. You know, we were doing a party there at that time, and things were changing.
Yes.
And it was like it was affecting us, and you guys gave us carte blanche. I don't know what you did with everybody else, but you guys were, you know, you guys gave us pretty much what we wanted. But it affected our whole take on who we would book or what we would do because of the changes. How did you process that and then move on? Just like fuck it?
First of all, it was more like, you know, such a team effort because it was the first time that we kind of had a venue as well, and it was like done by us, and it was like kind of like we want to bring in everybody in there, like the whole like Vegas family. And it was, I mean, I'm super thankful to Lance, to Jordan, to like the whole team, man. Like it was cool. Like everybody just like came and supported and like did a lot of work for us, for me and Oscar, and it's just like, I mean, it was crazy, man. Like I don't know how can I put it in words in terms of like having a venue, right? Having the responsibility of like paying rent and then like bills and shit like that, and making the business work. On top of you still want to be an artist, you still want to be a DJ, you still want to have your own events. Yes, it's super hard. But I think everybody has to like live it to understand it, right? Yeah. But yeah, so it was a lot of love and support from everybody, not just the team, but it was like the locals that came in and supported us like almost 24/7. You guys came, did a show over there. I mean, we kind of wanted to have a one spot for everybody to come and kind of like have the one house where everybody goes and have a house party at. You know, just kind of like that.
I've never seen anybody work the way. 21 years almost being here, I've never seen people come together to work on your team or whatever. The team building, however, I'm going to give it credit to Greg probably, but you really cultivated something good there, and hats off to you for that, man. Seriously, I think
it's hats off to everybody that came in and like really helped out because it's like I mean I had like a certain vision for it. And if it wasn't for everybody that came together and supported us and helped us, it wouldn't be there. You know, it wouldn't happen.
It's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
One of the really good things about it is, especially looking back on it, it's hard to see it when you're going through it. But even just on the back end, just noticing how many people grew at that establishment in that short amount of time.
Yeah.
Whether it be, and I'm not gonna call no names, but just watching people grow. Period. You know, it just so happens that whether it be, you know, you get to see them DJ more, so now you get to hear how different they may sound as opposed to, you know, when they started.
Well, us too. It's our first party. It was really our first party.
I mean, just like in general, whether it be Jay Handel having a night there, watching Lance take command behind the bar. You know,
he really did. He really did.
Like all of that, just watching cats. Not to mention compared to you guys opening the door, and it's like, yo, what the fuck? I don't know. Let's just, you know, play some music and serve some drinks.
Yeah, with a bumping sound system.
You know, and then you know, in X amount of time afterwards, you know, you got chefs in the other room, and you know, just all of that growth that came with all that risk.
Piece out that burger, baby.
You know, the burger. You know what I mean?
The
like
burger's
just
the
all
best.
of that.
That's what I'm most mad about.
like all of that was a process that I like being a part of and being able to witness and appreciate, even if it is on the back end, because at the time it's like, yo, what the fuck are these motherfuckers doing, yo?
Because my thing was, there was a lot of stress. There was some stressful stuff, decisions we had to make. I remember thinking, dude, what the fuck are they going through right now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, obviously, way more than us when we want to book once a month, but. It had to be a trying time, man. I'm glad you're at a good spot now, and it seems to be working out. I was only there once. but it was packed, and it seems to be working out, man. So
Yeah, no,
doubt.
it was definitely a good experience. I think overall, how everything went down, it was just an amazing experience for everybody. The concept, the way that we had envisioned the concept, I think it flourished into something super cool. And it just turned out in something more magical than what we had expected. And,
yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, and so it was just an experience. I think that it was good that came to an end, because otherwise I wouldn't be having that much freedom now. But I think that I definitely learned a huge lesson. I definitely would love to do it again, obviously in a much more calculated way, or
more paperwork or something.
Yes, more
something,
professional.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, but obviously when
From
you
a
don't,
more experienced
yeah,
standpoint.
more experienced.
But you learn that.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, I wouldn't. You know,
Are they're closed now, right?
Which
I
one?
drove by there and there's nothing there.
No, there's nothing there. They're renting that place.
That's the ironies of all ironies. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, man,
So,
it was something special.
I mean, we have something like that we're planning to open up in our district, so that's actually a cool little spot as well. Not the same concept; it'll be a little bit different, a little like smaller as well, but something different, something cool as well that we wanna like try to open up soon. But yeah, so like going back to your question, it was like, I mean, what can you do? You cannot cry about it. You cannot like.
Yeah.
I can actually relate this to like an early experience that I had an early period in my life, where I was doing real estate and I was doing like really, really well, and then the market crashed, and then like then you lose everything. You're like you're like young, you know, you're like in your mid-20s, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck?
You know, so. But then it was a good lesson. Now, after going through that, like this, it was just like, okay,
like
cool, it's part of it. It's part
compared
of the
to
game.
that,
Exactly.
it's like
you're gambling. Like, what do you expect?
Exactly.
Never to lose. Like, come on, man, you're gambling.
Yeah, I think the thing I noticed is that you put so much emotion into that.
Yeah,
that was
definitely.
the thing I was keying off of, because real estate is one thing I'm assuming, but you guys put your soul into it. So it had to be a moment where you're like, ugh, and then you pick yourself up off the ground and go. You know, so hats off to you, man.
Not to mention just all the everything that leads up to pursuing something like that. I end up having a comment at some point about taking chances. And getting used to betting on you. Like, and a lot of people don't get it, and I get it, because I can't be them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if it means foregoing the security of a 9-to-5 because I need to see if this is going to play out.
Yeah.
Everybody can't do that. You know what I mean? And I respect it. I just can't do it.
Which is that's a gamble.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, I'd rather. I'm not gonna put my money in a machine. I mean, shit. I'd rather jaywalk blindfolded before I do that shit. But I'll be damned if I don't bet on me though.
Yeah.
Like it's a different mindset.
I've only started making money 3 years ago, really. I mean, it's full time. I mean, you know what I mean? Like doing this.
Well, it's not easy.
It's not easy.
No.
It's not easy at all, and it's got scary sometimes.
It is.
You know?
I think like you have to have like the drive, the passion.
Yeah.
Not be like focused on, oh, what if this happens? What if that happens? It's just like just have like the tunnel vision towards the goal that you want to hit, and then if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, oh well.
Yeah.
That passion has to outweigh your fear.
Yes.
All the reasons that you come up with for not wanting to do something. And I know it may be corny when people still hear me say it after all these years, but scared money does not make money.
You know what? That's the least corny thing you said. You've been saying a lot of corny stuff.
And it's got nothing to do with money. It's got more to do with fear and what it keeps you from doing.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, be frivolous about throwing your life away on the woulda, shoulda, coulda. But at the same time, I mean, what's living without
no timidity? Too much timidity will destroy you.
It's not fun.
I mean, and unfortunately, the longer you wait, the harder it really is. Because I can't imagine trying to be me
Oh Lord.
starting now.
Mr. Shake 'em up, shake 'em up, shake 'em up, shake 'em.
Yeah, it would freak me the fuck out. But but who am I to say, hey, if you pass 45, don't even try?
No.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that.
I'll tell people that. You crazy as hell.
I'm
never
not gonna
too
say
late.
that, but damn.
Not full time. Don't quit your day job.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine. So with you guys having that in the works, what does 2020 look like at therapy?
2020 looks good. I mean, I think we have learned a lot through 2019 that there's going to be some changes that we're doing for next year. Definitely. We want to kind of like create more of an amazing vibe again at therapy, something that we have really pushed so much. We have been focused so much more in bringing in headliners from all over the world. I think that now the best move to do for us, it would be to focus it more on the local talent, showcase that a little bit more, focus more on the vibe.
That's interesting.
Provide, I don't know, do a little bit more of a production in the event. And
Because it facilitates that a little bit. The
Yeah.
layout.
I need to hop in there for a second though, because that's really important, and I want to get your thoughts on. I want you to embellish on that thought. Actually, those subtle nuances when it comes to promoting a party. Now you mentioned bringing in headliners from around the world because that's apparently what seems to be important at the moment.
Yeah.
So is there a some sort of conflict, let's say for lack of a better word, between that approach and whatever the opposite may be from an artistic standpoint, audibly, the kind of vibe you're trying to create. Basically, where does chasing what seems to be the trend and obviously recouping cost?
Yeah.
What's the battle like between that and being what you may feel to be a little more authentic, kind of doing what you want?
Yeah.
You know, or whatever the opposite means to that. You know, what's that like navigating the two?
Well, I think there has to be a vision, right? Between what do you want to do with the party? I mean, at the end of the day, do you want to just throw a party to throw a party, or do you want to actually create something, an experience for people, right? For us, after what happened with Juicy Beats, at least for me, honestly, personally, it was kind of like a little off balance kind of thing, where I kind of want to like focus a little more on myself than putting so much more into the party, or continue or figuring out what are we gonna do,
It's understandable.
So and I think because of that, we just continue doing what we were doing before, which was like bringing in headliners over at therapy. We can, I wouldn't say we can't, but we really haven't really focused so much into creating putting production into it, and decorating the place, making it look differently.
It's kind of limited, right? You kind of limited a little bit.
We are. I mean, like
It's a restaurant.
this is the thing when you work with different owners.
Yeah.
I mean, we went through it. I mean, I at least me when I used to do events before at different bars, it's always the negotiations that you have with the idea of the owner, and basically it's happened to me as well as the owner of having Juicy Beats as well, having another promoter come over and trying to decide what they want to do with the venue as well. You're like, oh
How
shit,
far
but this
you
is
willing to
also a
let 'em go?
business,
Yeah, how far you let 'em go?
Exactly.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and I understand that part as well. It's a business, it's a bar. Like they want to keep it a certain way because of their regular customers, and so it just happens to be that way. But because of that, I mean, we haven't really put so much effort maybe into putting production into it, so we can create an experience for the
There's
guests.
ways around it,
like
right?
the place
temporary
is also,
stuff that come in quickly and
Yes.
do something temporary that changes the feel. Like,
Exactly,
like
yeah.
the texture. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
exactly.
A tactile experience. So,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you take it down and it's the restaurant.
I mean, for a while it was cool because it's a new venue for most
Yeah.
people, never been there, so it's going from
Food's
Juicy
pretty good,
Beats
too.
or going from Artifice into therapy was, oh shit, like this is different. It looks like
Yeah.
a nightclub. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. But now I think that I feel like it's not just us. I think that there's like promoters around the world that they're going through the same situations that we're going through as well. where we're bringing in headliners from all over the world, paying those fees, and sometimes you just don't make enough, or you just don't even break even.
There's a tipping point, man. They're exorbitant.
Exactly.
And
but as well, I think like some of the fees are a little bit high.
That's what I'm saying. They're crazy. That's what they're crazy, right?
So like, I think now we should focus more like on the locals or on the surrounding areas. Like those DJs that are up and coming as well.
Well, you fostered that with the other place too.
Yeah.
When you were at Tacos and Beer, it seemed like you guys always had your
exactly. And
your crew.
That's kind of what stimulated the scene and the party. That's what made the party grow.
Yeah.
So I think that we can do the same thing again. Obviously, a little bit different this time, as well. In the way that we want to bring in these local artists and showcase them properly, so that we can be again the one maybe platform where people can come and display their music.
Yeah.
Because for a while, like bringing in all these headliners almost every single week, kind of gets too saturated, and also like it kind of removes a lot of the time slots to bring in locals as well.
Because
So
it's good for to bring these cats, the local cats that you've already cultivated and worked with and stuff. And I'd be curious to see how they play now, because it's been a few years since I've heard some of these guys.
Yes.
I'd like to see it'd be very interesting to see where they at, because I haven't heard some of these guys.
It's amazing. Like it's crazy because like we talked about this, like there's so much talent in this town. It's crazy. Like these new kids. I mean, there's
Damn
a few
kids.
if you kids that I'm like, wow, like how in the hell did you like develop this music taste? It's like super cool to actually see that, and some of them actually do have like really good like skills to like, play, mix, and stuff like that, which is amazing, and I think that Vegas should definitely have like a little more platforms where everybody can play and showcase their music and be super open, so dynamic as well. So like it's not just one genre or just not
and
this.
speaking of showcasing music, it makes me think of Cody New School. Who's opening for Crystal Method. Just like even like again on the back end, looking at how people have progressed and
he's made
and grown. It's really cool because we got a gang of talented people out here.
Well, that's what we try to do too. I mean, we'd bring somebody in, and we would always try to have somebody else play, have a local person play at some level. Like we like that. That's important. Not everyone's ready to play, but there are a lot of cats who are good DJs who are just not playing. A lot of them, big time, which is. That's a shame. I like your concept.
Also, like I think that all these genres should be showcased as well.
That's crazy talk.
Not just one, or not just what's popular out there. I think that I mean, like for example, disco house or like jacking house,
I just call it
or
house.
Like deep house or whatever house music in general, right? But I think that at least Europe or other like Chicago or New York, you can
San
like, play that kind of
San Francisco,
music.
you hear
San Fran
everything.
as well.
And I played there. You hear everything being played.
Yeah.
But it's all the thing that they do right is it's all time slot appropriate. And there's a conscious effort for that. And
Hashtag TSA.
Hashtag no sugar on grits. But it made sense, and I think there's a lot more less blowback from cats who are purists. I like a lot of genres of music if it's done. It's proper. If it's cheesy, it's cheesy. I don't care what it is. If from country to classical, you know cheese when you hear it.
Exactly.
And when you hear something that's really good and really underground and really deep, musically, not deep the genre, you recognize it. And you can feel it. And I have no problem with that. Even if I'm like, okay, I don't see why you're so excited about it, but I understand it. You know what I mean? I understand why you are, but not exactly. I get my head around it. So it's good.
But I think like it would be super cool to like provide like a platform where like you actually push these new kids to go into like a different sound than other than what's popular, other than what you see on Badbeat TV, what you see on Boiler Rooms, or what you see on all these festivals. It's just like what you see on festivals is basically like commercial.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, why can't you go like a little bit deeper and like do a little more experimental?
it's the same thing but in a different T-shirt and pair of shades. You know, it's like
You said tip.
you know what I mean. It's like it's the and I'm not trying to I'm not trying to clown on like that aspect of the culture because it's a monetary juggernaut. You know, it generates dough. Ain't no getting beyond that. But it's looked the same for years already.
Trust me, yeah. I mean,
besides sounding the same, which is way more relative, you know, from person to person. But I think we can all agree, at the very least, it all has looked the same for years already. At the very least, to the point where, why not? And I get it, especially for those that may not. Exactly. Thank you, sir.
Hashtag Roy. Even underground has clowns.
You know what I mean?
Roy Evans.
To the point where even for those that don't go out as often, to the point where they have to be a little more selective, to still not select the something more diverse than just the regular. And I'm not gonna call any names, but I mean it's just the same.
But
shit.
you can't teach that though. You either gravitate towards the deep, the underground, or you don't. Some people just don't have that in them.
Now, arguably, it could be said for the underground. But it's way cheaper.
Yeah, it's way
At the
cheaper.
very least, whatever your motivation is, you run a better risk of saying "holy shit" on an underground side than you would sober on the other side. No.
Well, I came up with this idea a few years ago. I was like, if the irony of all ironies, if all the people that are coming in from wherever, Minot, North Dakota, all these towns, they don't know any different what the electronic music is.
Of course.
If I was a music director, I would get someone that I could pay, instead of paying this many millions of dollars, I would say, hey Doc, guess what? I'm going to pay you $250,000. And he would take that in a heartbeat, or $500,000. He would take that in a heartbeat for a residency. If they're going to go, the people that don't know are going to go to the music where you tell them to go. Why not give them a little deeper education of the music and save yourself millions?
Right.
But I think you have to have an understanding of that music to really get that, because you just see numbers and this works in Europe or this works here, so let me pay you $11 million or whatever the price is, when you could do it for way cheaper. Because the people that come to Vegas from wherever, these small towns, they don't know this. Nightclub, yay.
It's just, I mean, this is like the, I guess, dilemma that we always kind of go through here in Vegas, because this has happened multiple times, and this is not the first time that happens, but it's these people that come from out of town, right? I manage a club in New York, I manage a club in Ibiza, I'm a promoter from Miami, like, I know what I'm doing, and I'm gonna turn Vegas into the next big thing. And so they come here. Of course. I think once. I don't know. I think it was in LA. not JK. Not really.
I've seen a few of those too.
But no. But they come here, and they're really good at talking. They put in proposals together, and that's what this investors wants to see. And so
they get the
of course they get the dough, and then they start doing these parties, overpaying everybody, overpaying themselves, obviously. And then things don't work out, and then projects shut down, and then they wait for the next investor, the next casino, the next club to open so they can do the same thing. But I feel like with a quarter of that budget, we can do bigger things. I mean, honestly, I mean, I speak about that because I do know how much money we spend, and it's like, I mean, you give me a quarter of the budget that you have, and I promise you, I can turn it and flip it 10 times more than what you can.
We're dangerous men with some money in our pockets. I'm just trying to tell you.
But also, that's not my thing either. Like, I don't want to do a project, a short-term project.
I'm about to make it an official challenge, and I'm going to use that clip right there to do it. Thank you.
But
appreciate you.
Yeah, I definitely will take it any day.
But less is definitely more. If you really see. If you know, and what you could get, you don't have to pay that, because those people, I'm not saying everybody, but cats that are just coming here on vacation, and what kind of money to spend,
Yeah.
they'll go wherever you tell them.
Exactly. They don't know any
On the
better.
street, they don't know.
Yeah.
They listen to K95, whatever, Podunk,
But
North
also,
Carolina.
I think you
know?
can create still like a really good experience for them that
Yeah.
don't know anything about music. It's like really when you're here just to have fun, you don't care about who's playing or what they're playing. You
If
just
you're a
having like
loser.
you are just want to come here and go all out. You know, especially if you're out here with your friends
Yeah.
because you're about to get married and this is your
Yeah.
bachelor party. Like you don't care. You just come here to explode. You know, so like. You can still provide a really good experience for them in a nightclub and also play really good music.
That's true.
You don't have to go that commercial or pay or pay a huge budget to bring
Not at all.
like what is this guy called, like
Something
Cheesehead
Siobhan.
or like Marshmallow or like Purple Mellow.
Dude,
or
that
whatever.
dude got over. Well, listen,
You know what I'm saying? Like
on a personal tip, that's why this is going to be totally against what you're saying. That's why house music would be the perfect scenario because it has a little bit of everything for everybody. Don't listen to this guy. House music's the only way to go.
disco house, Jacket house, tech house, like.
But you know,
But it's
there's
happy
so many
music,
different.
yeah.
There's so many different. Someone can pull from all these genres, the genres of music we play. They can pull something from it,
Exactly.
and they can do it so much cheaper. Man, you know what? I should go into business by myself.
There you go.
I am in business
There
by
you go.
myself. I should be paid by the casino to consult. Boom.
Put a proposal together. I'm sure.
Listen, I can
if it's
talk.
really
Here's
nice,
a
I'm sure
proposal.
they'll hire you right away.
I know PowerPoint.
There you go.
I can do it from my watch.
So getting back to what's therapy look like in 2020?
Yeah, so I think we're definitely going to do like a little more locals. I think that's the route that we're planning
Every
to
week?
go. Yeah, since we're weekly, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Like why not? Like maybe once a month do a headliner.
That's a good
Keep it-
compromise.
yeah, keep
you
it
know,
like
that's a
like
good compromise.
special. But yeah, just focus more on the vibe than anything else.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, if anybody can do it, I know you guys can, man. Seriously. No, I mean, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. I mean, who the hell would thought you'd put 800 people in the damn tacos and beer parking lot or
True.
more?
True. I think we
You know
got
what I mean?
1 to 1,000 when
I
we
mean,
had our second year
What the
anniversary.
hell?
Yeah.
Who saw that coming? Nobody. You know.
Yeah.
But you guys did it on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
I came to that party once. I got a whole don't
By
book,
mistake,
don't book, I
actually.
don't look fucking policy. I'm just kidding with you. I'm fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you. I've been planning out this all day.
and with you playing a lot more lately, how are things looking for you in the near future as far as that goes?
So, I mean, right now my goal is to actually be able to play outside a little bit more than here, obviously, than locally. But
the way to go, baby.
just go out there. I mean, there's South America, there's Mexico, there's Canada, there's Europe, there's Asia, Australia. So like, I kind of want to go as many places as I can. Have the time to do it, and hopefully, I think May I might end up moving to Madrid. So.
Boo.
That's the plan for now, to actually go to Europe and bring Techno Taco Tuesday to Europe.
You should take it to Antarctica.
Well, I mean, for the move being what it is, albeit far from impossible, but technically May is kind of around the corner for it to still be maybe.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, I don't want to sound
That's
like
valid,
so
but
arrogant,
I
but like,
wouldn't bet against you.
I'm for sure going. I mean, I don't want to like sound too arrogant, but like, yeah.
Boo.
Yeah, I can do that shit.
That's
Maybe that'll be
that's the
some
goal. That's
that'll-
my goal.
I feel you.
So that'd be someplace to.
Why the hell
someplace else
not?
someone booked.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because you still got Denver going on as well.
Yeah, we got Denver. San Francisco is coming on board as well. So
Where are you playing there at?
Halcyon. So do Halcyon like once a month or once every
I
2
love-
months,
I love
just
it
depending on what headliners we can get. We'll do Techno Taco Tuesday, San Francisco, Denver,
It's a great scene.
and definitely like a super huge challenge for me would be to do an Ibiza. So, but that's
Don't
not
you think that's
difficult.
played out a little bit? I see you looking for a new cutting edge spot.
Yes, it's a
Not
different-
played out, but you know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
see
no,
you
no,
looking
I
for something that's-
understand where you
that's-
come from, but like I think that like for us, or it's just marketing.
Yeah, you get there and you make a big splash, and
course.
then we're going to Botswana or whatever. I mean, I wouldn't recommend that, but I'm just saying, you know, you get the point.
Yeah.
You know,
But I
so-
think till this day, I mean,
Wait, why the fuck Botswana? Goddammit!
Spent a lot of time in Africa, man. That's what you want me. I traipsed all over Africa. North, Shimsham. North, south, east, west. I'm all over Africa, man. I mean, all over, man. Madagascar. Oh,
Do
yeah.
the Madagascar boogie.
But I see you guys doing something like that. Yeah, I mean, obviously that's a huge marketing deal, but I know that's just when you said it, I know that wasn't the final plan.
No,
Yeah, no, that's
I
like
mean,
a billboard spot for you to find some.
I mean, till this day, Ibiza still is the spot. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't care. There's no other city. There's no other spot than Ibiza. You know, so everybody goes there for the summer. Europe is
they
huge.
take holiday and they're gone.
Yeah.
It's done. It's
Like-
the whole thing.
Exactly. So, but it's still, I mean, there's a lot of people there that are really into the music, and so
Yeah.
it's good to be there. Not to go compete with like all the big nightclubs, but it's more like to have the brand there, to do something different that currently does not exist there in terms of like creating either like a breakfast or lunch kind of spot, kind of thing, kind of event,
Yeah.
or pre-party in terms of like dinner and then.
You should try a
people
boat
can
party. They've never done that there.
no, that's unheard of. That's unheard of. That's definitely
Be
unheard
cutting
of. So,
edge.
Well, I mean, generally speaking, you got to go where the people are if you want to be seen.
yeah,
This is true.
exactly.
Go
So,
where the people love you.
I mean, like, obviously, it's a challenge for me because, like, I never been kind of like outside Vegas,
Yeah.
you know, and so like Vegas is kind of like home for me. I grew up here, but outside of that, like, I never, you know, been moved to another city, live in another
Right.
city where I can do events, you know, but. Now it's not here in the States for sure.
How did you
not
like
in New
Spain?
York. Spain, I love this
How,
Spain.
how
like,
long did it take you to
fuck.
understand what they were saying? Because I know you speak Spanish.
It's,
but
it's super hard to understand. Like they
Yeah.
have their own like list,
Don't ch- let me
and
just-
it's kind of hard for me to understand.
that
Like,
screwed me when
yeah,
I was a
it's-
youngster out of
it's
college.
like,
We took,
what?
took our buddy that was he was from Juarez, or he was from El Paso, and
Yeah.
his name was Huckins. I'm like, man, we're gonna talk to the ladies. And he was a real quiet guy. He goes, I don't know what they're saying. I'm like, man, that's why we brought you here, fool. There's another dude here that can't translate. Fuck out of here. I have no. I'm getting my every eighth word. Man, you're useless.
You know what? But before I wrap up, I almost feel bad in a way because we're talking about these plans ahead, and it just dawned on me that I took for granted that everybody knows how you began. Like before we shut it down.
Yeah.
Because it's a little misleading when you talk about real estate issues in your 20s, you know. But when you came on the scene in Vegas, you looked like you were 17 any fucking way. Nobody.
He looks 19 now.
So
He looks like he just got back from a Burning Man commercial, dude. What the fuck?
and as long as I've known Tino, and I know how far back he goes, and I still get confused.
He said you still get confused.
So just like before we shut it down, just give us a brief overview of how and where you started, and what got you to having your own nights, and promoting your own parties.
So back in high school, right? It was like a group of friends. We used to do house parties, and we didn't have a DJ. I obviously collected like a lot of music and stuff like that, and eventually got a hold of a friend of ours had a American DJ mixer, and
That's nice. That's not nice.
Yeah, this is super upscale.
Super nice.
Yeah, and it was stuff online back in the day, you know. So it was better than Pioneer. And so I started using that. I mean, I used to have like a bunch of CDs. So anyways, I started DJing house parties, and then from there, I continued doing the house parties, and then I wanted to like obviously play in a nightclub, and I would
Right.
go to different parties and then with different locals used to have, you know, like nightclubs and stuff like that, and I would like be like, man, like I love this kind of music, and
Which nightclub? I'm trying to get a timeline.
So like Dre's, Utopia, when Kyoki used to be here,
All right,
as a
all right.
resident.
So we were in some of the same places. All right, I'm just trying to get a good
And
timeline.
always the Empire Ballroom and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
all right.
But Seven. So yeah, and obviously I think back then like the scene was like super tight.
Yeah, it was. It was
You
way.
know,
It was way
so-
tighter back then.
Yeah, they wouldn't like let you just come in and like be super open. Like, yeah, of course, come next
Yeah.
week and open or whatever. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I'm playing right now, or hey, like I'm busy, like whatever, you know. So like
Dude,
they kind
you
of push
have
it to
to
the
earn
side.
that.
Yeah, of course, of course. I think you have to earn it, and you cannot just trust like anybody, just like we do now. You
Yeah.
know, just bring anybody in.
I don't trust anybody.
But so it was a little bit tough for me to break into the scene, to just be a DJ into the scene, you know. So it's like kind of like I took my way around and I started playing like electro house.
This interview's
like
over.
new disco, and I mean obviously I had like a good following of friends from
Yeah.
like high school, and previous generations of high schools as well that were like come to my house parties and stuff. So it got to a point where like the house parties were like getting too big, you know, 200 people, 250 people, where it was just chaotic. So I was like, at that point, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it at the bar. I'm gonna go look for a bar. I'm gonna start doing my own parties. And then so I went and started at a hookah lounge called La Alina's. And so yeah, we started there. They gave me a Wednesday night. And
Oh, it's a good night.
yeah, of course.
Strong
it was
night.
the best night
You're
ever.
like, I'm so close to Tuesday. I'm so close to Tuesday.
Yeah, so yeah, anyways, so I started that way, and I started bringing all my friends that were 18 and over into the spot, and Wednesdays turned out to be the best night of the week for that space. And then they gave me like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then but you know Saturday was like like I don't know, international music, so you gotta play like all the Middle Eastern stuff. So anyways, I will play like more like the house or a beat kind of music, and then there was another Arabic DJ that will play like that kind of music. So anyways, that we did it for a few years, and then eventually more doors started to open up. I started playing at different little bars all over town, and then by that time, you know, downtown was already like flourishing. Beauty
Yeah.
Bar was there, Griffin was there, downtown cocktail room. So started doing events at Beauty Bar and playing there, playing downtown a little bit more. And the scene kind of continued to grow, and all these kids that used to go to my house parties, since they were like 17, 16, now by this time they were already like 20, 21, 22. So then we started doing events at a hotel at Rumor. No, not Rumor. It was this one hotel hotel that's kind of right next to the
Hard
Wynn.
Rock?
The
Oh,
Wynn,
no.
by the Wynn, right behind Tacos El Gordo. What is it called?
Howard Johnson.
No.
Nah, he's talking about
Oh, did it used to be the? It used to be the. God, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly.
It starts with an R. It wouldn't be Rumor, because Rumor's this way, but it was.
It's by Peppermill, right?
Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of like right.
They used to have.
behind
They
it.
used to have this.
was that raw sushi?
No.
They-
It's the same area,
yeah,
right?
but I also play at Raw Sushi as well when
Okay.
Mike Remedy used to have his nights
Yeah.
there.
I know
Yeah.
exactly
the
what you're talking
Wednesday
about
nights,
because the Lucid Boys used to do a party there too back in the day. I don't know if you, I'm sure you know those guys too. Whatever those guys, Jimmy Foster. Jimmy Foster used to do a party there too, if I'm not mistaken. It's a pretty big spot, right? The hotel. Yeah. Man, I can
So-
see it. I can't come up with a name.
I know.
It's like-
I'll think about it. So,
Yeah.
anyways, we used to do parties there. This is the time when we started to do parties at Vanguard because of Edgar.
Yeah.
And Edgar was already playing at Vanguard. I talked to Edgar, and he's like, "Yeah, bro, let me talk to Jennifer and see if we can get you in there during the week." I was like, "Just give me any night. I just want to play there."
But if Tuesday's available, I'll take that.
Monday is available. I don't take that. I'll take Tuesday. Yeah.
That's what you call turning shit to sugar.
Yeah.
Because for them to come in on a fucking Tuesday night, and at the time, I'm be honest, it was like, them little young bastards.
Yes.
Look at them fucking nights.
Yes.
I kid you not.
But that was a time where, you know, like kind of house music had taken it down, like always the top 40s and hip hop was all over the nightclubs. Because
Yes.
You know what he's talking about.
before house music was like all over the nightclubs.
that was the beginning of the altruism starting to go out the
Yeah.
window, and every establishment just being like, okay, what is it going to take to fucking make money? And they were all starting to segue towards top 40.
Yeah, I wasn't involved in that.
Yeah, I mean, it was all, whether it be top 40, because I mean, it wasn't really EDM yet. You know, this is like post DJ AM.
Yeah.
This is like right around when the mashups are becoming popular and all that other shit. So it was a really weird turning point where you felt the culture shifting.
Yep.
And you were trying to buck because you kind of like, you know, you're old and set in your ways. And honestly, most of us are just scared to try anything new any fucking way. But
country trap.
But you're just being stubborn. And it's like, nah, fuck that. I'm not playing that shit. I don't own it. I'm not doing it because that's just not. But then you start to realize how many cats was like, fuck it, I'll do it.
Yes.
3 drinks.
Yes.
What? And 6 friends.
3 drinks, 6 friends.
And it's like, yeah, you got me on that, son. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. So when I started, like the Tuesdays at Vanguard, like obviously we already had like a really good following. That was when I had a group called BPM, and I was like 6 of us and stuff. And so like we had like a really nice group of friends that would come and support us. And so Vanguard was like a good size for like 100 people to show up. And
it feels packed with 100 people.
Of course.
100 people in Vanguard, it feels like it's bumping in there, man. Like,
and so then I started to invite, like my plan was to start to invite everybody that I kind of like would see at clubs play, and like everybody that used to play house like early 2000s, you know. And so, yeah, then I started inviting everybody, you know.
Well, not everybody. I'm just fucking with you.
You ain't gonna let it go.
I am so just messing with you, dude.
Hey, I did not know Bruno back then, so.
Yeah, you owned the first house label in Vegas.
Exactly. But he was too underground. He was way too underground. You know, like nobody knew him.
Don't take it too bad, because he wasn't really coming out back then.
Yeah,
I was just putting out a lot of records.
Exactly. It was like stuck in the fucking studio.
I put my time in early. Listen, I had a policy. If you didn't party at Glow, you were somebody I didn't need to know, because Glow was my thing. I mean, it was off strip, and it was the last bastage of like old like off strip after hours.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And then I got paid. I can tell you, I got paid there one time. I mean, it was shady groove in that place, but I liked it. It was shady groove in a good way. You know what I mean? And then it tore down, and then for me, it's like, okay. Then all you young whippersnappers came up when I was in the studio.
Yeah. Yeah,
I had to come back and check on you guys.
I think it always happens that way, right? Like I think there's always like a new generation of kids that rise up.
Because we were doing a party at Glow, and we for a year.
It may happen like that, but the first time is a motherfucker though.
Yeah.
Because you go from being that dude that created that in somebody else, to it happening to you, and it's like, the fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck these little motherfuckers think they are.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, holy shit, that's me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you know what I mean? How long it lasts it just depends on what you're doing or not doing at the time.
Yes.
But it's gonna go there. You know, some people take to it a lot easier.
Excuse me.
And I remember I still hadn't officially met you yet. And I remember it being a thing where it's like, look, man, I'm gonna need you to get the fuck away from me with that bullshit.
And they say, I'm the asshole.
I mean, because I respected the initial, you know, who the fuck are these little bastards, you know. But at the same time, it's like, you ain't doing that shit. Yeah. I know the fuck I ain't.
Yeah.
I ain't got the energy for that shit no more. You know, so you can't help appreciate their hustle, but some people just resist that for so long. And it's like, okay, I'm not knocking you for being salty, because you got to deal with the fact that you wasn't working hard enough anyway.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm a warrior. I mean, I may have felt the same initially, but I got no problems doubling down. I got no problem saying, you know what I mean?
You'll adapt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, I get it. But I remember that when they came on the scene, they were a force to reckon with. And it's like, you know, either step up your fucking game or get the fuck out the way. You know, and I dug that shit. I got such a kick out of that shit. I fucking love it, man. And not to mention, I mean, I loved it because, I mean, I'm a slave to the process. You know, I like the fucking game. You know, but even on the back end, you know, to see whether it be just everything leading up to Juicy Beats. You know, just tacos and beer was a feat in and of itself.
Yeah.
You know,
it was.
That shit was bananas. then for it to go to Juicy Beats, and Now Therapy, not to mention what all you guys are doing.
That's just their main
individually.
Hustle. Yeah, I'm very excited to see what the next iteration is. Where you guys take it to. I think it's going to be something good.
Yeah, and also like what I believe is too that hopefully there's somebody like stronger than us that can come in.
Steel sharp as steel, see?
And take over because like
you're like, I'm tired. I'm ready to go to Spain and not speak Spanish.
It's not that, but like at the same time, it's cool, man. It's more support for this scene. It just helps the scene grow.
It's required.
It's not just 1, 2, 3, 4 groups doing it. It's like more people doing it. It's better,
Not to mention just plain old lightening the load.
I think that it's good as long as like people. Like maybe like us that can perhaps support these new kids or support these new groups. Let's work together. Let's maybe share some information in how things are, because like not everybody like learns or knows everything in terms of like promotions or how to create a great party. You might have an idea, but like at the same time, you might not know everything about it. So it's kind of cool to have somebody that already has done it, to like maybe show you the ropes or perhaps share some information with you.
Maybe meld an older maybe some old school, something that worked in the past with the new stuff, and maybe work it together and cross-pollinate.
Yes, I mean I think that's very important. Always to like support new people that want to do events. Why not? It's just they're doing the same thing that you are. Like they just want to grow the scene.
Well,
they want to.
I don't know about that.
Whatever. Everybody.
I really, really want to. I'm slow, and it's really, really hard to catch up and really. It's almost like a different language,
right?
And I honestly, I have to apply myself in a way that I'm just not.
Grandpa,
I'm just not capable of doing this shit at the moment.
You know who's good at it? And then hats off to Tony. Tony has found that niche. Like, I changed a lot of my preconceived attitudes about the younger cats when we did the other side of, when we played as the other side of Vegas. By the way, we play as the other side of Vegas, you know what I'm saying?
Nice.
For bookings, I'm just saying. When we played with Tony and his residents, Rachel and Mehdi, they were so energetic and they were so respectful of what we've done. I mean, and in not a kiss-ass way. It was like, it was genuine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And maybe the Mehdi company was, I know it's not your cup of tea. I know it's not your cup of tea. But he went on after me, and I was like, nah, man. He goes, I said, dig it. It's time's not appropriate. It works. And he was. It was just good seeing that he was wanting to get a little my take on you know what I mean, like.
But I think that is important as well for you. Good. For you that you have your label, right? You've been producing for a while. Yeah. Why don't you bring in some of the younger kids with you?
Because I can't.
Because look, they might end up giving you new ideas, right? To like where you can like maybe.
Well, here's a take on that, and then with us going in our 14th year. We have 105 artists on the label that's produced.
Right.
And I do. That was my goal to start, to have people from Vegas.
Yeah.
For a long time, no one was really producing.
Right.
I mean, it was. I was surprised. Like, hey, where's no one who will submit music? Anyone can submit music, and here's the good part about it. Especially if you talk to me.
Yeah.
If you're from Vegas, it's going to the top of the list.
Right.
And there's been people that didn't realize that this is a real business with a business license and incorporated, and I can't fuck around.
Yeah.
Like, my time is important, and you have to meet certain standards.
Right.
And we do have a sound, and there's no deviation from the house. It has to be house.
Of course.
It can be tech house. It can be deep house. It can be soul house, but it can't be anything else.
Right.
I mean, it's got to be house. It can't be progressive house, because that's just trance that's in the closet. Just saying. Fight me on that. I'm telling you, prove me wrong. But it'll go to the top of the pile.
Yeah.
Because I love, and I rep Vegas. I rep it. I don't play here a lot, but I rep it.
Yeah.
And I would love to hear, anybody can submit anything to me. And I'm not going to yell at you, but this is the music business too. I'm not going to say it's good if it's not. You know what I mean?
No, of course.
But anybody wants to submit, you find me. I got you.
But at the same time, if I do yell at you, don't be a fucking pussy about it.
This is the music business.
You know, like
the one thing I learned is no, because they're gonna tell you that shit sucks. I've heard that my music sucks, and it does. But I've heard it suck way before people go, ooh, I like that. Then Farina calls. But man, I like that. Fuck you guys, y'all don't know what y'all talking about.
But also that's
But
personal,
you know what I mean?
personal
Like,
perception too. Like
yeah,
what you like, what you don't like. I mean,
And that's
it
more
doesn't
important.
mean that is good or not. you know?
Exactly. But in fact, you're more likely to get a phenomenon you'll see in the label as a label boss is people want to try to, especially young guys, to give you stuff that they think sounds like you. I'm like, I can write that. I want something that doesn't sound like me.
Yeah, of course.
Why would what do I need you for? I mean, you know what I mean? I do something different in these parameters. I mean, because you have to define them. Because I tell a story. A guy sent me a 96 kilobyte per second, minus 26, minus 27 dB triangle sound. Submitted it for the label. I'm like,
Was he trolling you or something?
he was dead serious. He went through the whole process. I'm like, man, a cursory glance at what we do would tell you. The thing that pissed me off the most is he made it where the artist will steal it, so he put it at 96. But I ain't gonna steal your ambient triangle, motherfucker. So you got to be specific about the parameters. But I welcome all people to submit music. Please, please, please submit it. Are you kidding me?
How about this, man? You know what? No, my bad. Forget I said it.
No, he can speak for me.
No, it's just
Coming soon, 2020.
You know how it
Imprint.
goes, man. I mean, everything. Within context, it sounds like music. It sounds like we're talking about industry shit. We're really not, man.
Yeah.
Well,
really
you break
not.
it down, you're talking about grown folk shit.
Exactly.
Yeah,
This is just grown folk business. So, and what's really interesting, at the very least, when it comes to, for lack of a better word, let's call it fostering, the younger generation. There's so much of that in the way that it takes a while, to get through to anything of any substance, because you got to deal with, it's like the hip hop dudes that inbox me like, yo, let's
without knowing what you do. Yeah. No, that's true. That's true.
What part of stupid is that? You know what I mean?
So like, I'm waiting for a track from you there, Big Talk. Let's go.
I gotta come into the studio and let's lay it down.
No, man, you got like 15 businesses. You have your own studio.
No, I don't have a studio. Shitting me? No, I make everything on my freaking laptop with my headphones.
You'd be surprised how much to make like that.
Exactly.
So
I'll send you some stuff.
Send me some stuff. I
So 2020 on the horizon, right? And I'm gonna ask one last arbitrary question, because I just noticed it. No, I just saw it and noticed it. You know how we know something again for the first time, sort of. And I see like a lot of New Year's Eve parties coming up. Is this New Year's Eve 2019?
Man, come on, man.
Or is it New Year's Eve 2020?
Well,
if it's a New Year's Eve party, goddammit, it's 2019.
2019, yeah.
Shit.
Yes.
Yeah, there's New Year's Day.
Now,
There's reading a calendar and there's not reading a calendar.
no, but I mean, that's a real thing. But I was,
You know how it really fucked it up? If the time changed at that time of year.
I was,
If the party be all
I was
fucking
half joking.
No, he wasn't.
But but what it makes me think of is how much do we put into dumbing down promotion? It's kind of like the after hours thing. Does it start? Is it Friday? If it starts at 2 a.m. Saturday morning?
Saturday morning.
Exactly.
Saturday
You know what I
morning,
mean?
2
So
a.m.
people
But-
kind of justify it in a way like, oh, but people aren't going to understand it if I tell them the right fucking time. Like what?
I think people are
I
reading too
think
much into it.
it's just the culture, right? Or the way that you want to make it happen. Like you have to be consistent with it.
Yes.
So you can add if you want to start creating your after hours on Saturday at 2 a.m., then do Saturday at 2 a.m. Simple. Just make it happen every consistent.
Because some people look at it, the day's over when you go to sleep.
Right, but
that's not what time
that's
it is.
individually.
But no, I get it. I get that. 'Cause
But at the
some
same
fools,
time,
yeah.
like if you do it very consistently, maybe the first 5-6 parties, people are gonna be
they
confused.
should catch on by then.
Exactly.
If
Eventually,
not, maybe it's not the party
because
for
their
them.
friends or somebody else is gonna tell them, no, it's tonight. It's like Friday night, Saturday
I
morning.
can't believe we're having this conversation.
Right,
And you
but
know what? I was thinking the same thing, and the only reason why I brought it up because it's really akin to the same thing with like the cultural side of just doing, let's say, headliners, because that's the culture that you're promoting or facilitating in one way or another.
Shout out to Ricky Kong.
Big ups to Kong Kong.
He said Kong Kong.
Kong. But and I find it interesting because I don't promote my own party at the moment, you know, and to see how things are going, because I promote other people's parties.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So, and it's that kind of stuff that makes it really weird when you look at it.
Yeah,
you know, and that's one of those other phases where you realize just how much you're kind of like, okay, something's happening here. I got to pay attention, and you know, because I'm not of that ilk.
Yeah,
you know?
I think that with booking headliners, at least the way that I see it, is more to get for marketing purposes. I mean, sometimes it's musically, yes, because you want to hear them play because they have created this one track or this other track, or you really like how they play, which is cool. But usually, big names definitely put you out there for sure. Think about it. Like, these guys play all over the world. They have followers all over the world. And if they're playing such and such party at this city, most people would actually look at that in terms of, like, when they look at the calendar, where they're playing. They're playing the United States. Okay, they're playing LA. They're playing San Francisco. They're playing New York. They're playing Vegas. Where they're playing in Vegas. Okay, cool. Now they know where. Oh, there's this thing. Cool. It's crazy because based on my experience going to Europe, going to Mexico, people that I don't know, and I tell them, oh yeah, we have a party called Techno Taco Tuesdays in Vegas. They're like, oh, I have heard of it. I have seen it online.
That's a good feeling.
How? Like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
For somebody that you don't know in the middle of nowhere, that they tell you that they know about the party, it's like, oh shit, this is cool. So like, we're doing something
there, man. Are you kidding me? You had some
and based on this, so this is like a large investment of money that we have done in booking all these headliners, right, to come here into Vegas to play in a very intimate space,
right?
And for people that perhaps some of them, this is the first time that they're listening to them, they just don't know who they are.
Yeah.
Perhaps this is the reason why the party is known worldwide. Not, I wouldn't say that is everybody knows it, but it's largely known. It's known. So that's the way to do it if you really want to do it that way, or you can invest a large amount of money in marketing as well and promote in every single country, which is a little bit harder, I think. The easier way is to go through these headliners so your brand
and your team comes out, that energy comes out.
Exactly.
It's a vehicle to show that.
Exactly.
And then you come to the party, they say, okay, there's something different about this.
Yeah.
Who's this Vance kid running around doing all this work? Who's this whatever? Who's this guy? What's Airbender doing?
Yeah.
Like you may not know the names, but you sense that.
Yes.
You sense that teamwork. And that's the hard thing to do.
So that's part of it, right? But eventually it cannot continue to be that way. You know, I think that you get to a certain point where you market yourself and then you kind of like now concentrate in the vibe, right? And so everybody that experienced that vibe locally or internationally would walk away with an experience and would not easily forget, you know?
Yeah.
So and consistent.
Right. And so like now you slow down on the marketing part in terms of like worldwide. Now you focus it a little bit more in a niche kind of like crowd.
Yeah.
Because now you already provided like a platform for like a city that you know. And now there's other events as well. There's other parties where like people can actually help as well and promote underground music in Vegas, right? So in terms of, I would always tell my friends, and this is something that I advise my friends like in Mexico as well, is like you want to grow your party, either one, get Via TV, get Boiler Room to come and do a show for you so that everybody in the world can see it. Right. And now they know that in this part of town, there is this kind of music or there's this kind of party, right? that's one way. The other way would be bringing in these headliners. It's money that you have to invest. You're not gonna make money right away, but at least your brand starts to get known worldwide. Now artists will like to play your party because they know about that in this little town where like there was nothing happening, nobody knew about this town, and now they know because of everybody's talking about it.
And you can also take that you can walk that into any club in the world or establishment and say, hey, this is my body of work.
Yeah.
And it's known. And, we'd like to do a party here. Or what can we do? You know what I mean?
But
you have that
also
body of work.
It takes that, how can I say, the vision and also that financial investment.
Yeah.
But it could be slow too. It doesn't have to be like right away.
If
you don't have the budget, if you don't have the budget right away, is grow it. Grow the budget. You know, locally, some way, somehow, little by little, take baby steps. Like Techno Taco Tuesday didn't happen in a month. You know,
you can argue
like
that's a good
year,
thing,
2 years.
because it matures and it starts to, maturate and grow into something that's really special at its own pace. You know what I mean? And then you can do more. There's some good arguments for that.
I mean, and there is the one caveat that even hard work has to get lucky. So I mean, you can think that you're working hard enough, and why isn't this happening? You're either in it for the long haul or you're not. Either you're willing to ride it till the wheels fall off, or something happens.
He said till the wheels fall off.
Because unfortunately, a lot of us have run out of steam.
Yeah.
Feeling like they should have X, Y, or Z by now.
I'm quitting
expectations.
Yeah, and I get how you want to give yourself a timetable.
You can't do that.
But see, the only problem is that most haven't. They just decide they don't want to do it anymore, which is different because most people don't go in with a fucking plan. You know what I mean? But it's just that. But after a while, certain things didn't happen, especially when you have to kind of go home and navigate. You out all night again for what? Having to get other people to buy into your passion or whatever,
right? Yeah.
And then that.
Call that THS, tiny heart syndrome.
So I get that, having to having to navigate that and trying to stay the course, and it was kind of disappointing. A lot of cast was like, I just can't.
It's because it's not anymore about one person doing it. I think that it has to be about a full community. A full team. Because you need support, man. It's kind of like growing a business as one person, it's just super.
Two for hard.
It's difficult, but if you have a full team or if you have a full community, and it's different, and I think you can achieve more with a team or with a community.
Well, sometimes you see two. Roy and I count as 10 men.
But it takes that part of opening the doors to everybody that come and want to help and want to evolve things. Not everybody is gonna make it better, right?
How nice are you? Seriously, it's like one of the nicest dudes. I'm just now picking up on that. But he's you're a dude, so I don't care that much.
I picked up on it a little while ago when I was struggling to find a really nice way to see how long do you suffer fucking stupidity, and I listened to that motherfucking answer, and I'm like, man, fuck it.
Dude, I know where you were going with that. You're like DJ Dan nice. Damn, it's like seriously, that's some dude. You're a nice dude.
But there's something to be said for it though, because when you are genuine, as opposed to that what I call Facebook humble.
Well,
it pays off more than not when it's genuine and you're doing good work and you
eventually
work hard.
It's gonna pay off. Yeah.
Exactly. So I mean, I'm super proud of you, especially seeing you come into the scene and doing the damn thing.
So when you turn 21?
Soon, next year. No, but seriously, this is what we want to do. I really want to help out, like my friends in Culiacan, in Zacatecas now, in Oaxaca. Like, I think that there's a huge potential in those cities. Like the scene is growing, just like it is here, just like it is like everywhere else, and I think based on the experience that I have with TTT and other parties, like I think that I can help them get to the point where like we can like raise their parties or like make their parties shine in those cities, and I make those cities kind of like also a destination for like some of those big artists that don't go to those cities, just because at least in Mexico it's like super monopolized. Like it's just Guadalajara, Mexico City, and maybe Juarez and Tulum now. But like aside of that, like there's no other big cities where this big DJs can go and play for like 3,000 people, 2,000 people, you know.
Yeah.
And Culiacán has like a really nice scene, like just with locals, they pack a place with 1,000 people, you know. Zacatecas has just as well with like locals and like a few other decent or big or kind of semi-known Mexican DJs as well. They bring them in and also they have a party with like 900, 600, 8, like 1,500 people as well. So like the people are there.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like what kind of events you want to create for them, what kind of experiences you want to create for them. I think that's where I can perhaps help them out and make
Consulting.
them grow. You know? Is
Next business.
Yeah, but I think I wouldn't go that far. I think they're friends, you know, and like they're all struggling just like us, like, you know. So I think it's important to like lay a hand to them because you never know what can happen out of that. What other doors can open up, you know.
He's giving Handout a run for his money for nice. I mean, that's tough to beat that dude. But seriously.
Think about it. Like, if you can create those spaces, right? Now, everybody in the city can have a potential place to play in Mexico. Tino, I'm going to Mexico. Like, can you connect me with so and so?
Fuck you, Bruno. I'm putting out the word.
And so, like now, you know, creating these relationships with these promoters and DJs as well. It just creates a network. It creates a network.
That's what it's all about too.
Yeah.
You go and rock one party, and that people talk. That's how I traveled so much last year and this year. Was you go and you rock wherever you are, you rock the shit out of that party, and that's pretty much all you can do.
Yeah.
And then follow up with the relationships. If you make it, if you know, with the promoters and be genuine, whatever, and then they'll book you again and they'll tell somebody else. And it's a slow process.
It's personal relations. I think it's more than just music. I think it's just like that connection between humans that the most important. At least for me, that's what it is. You know, it's like the music can come and go, music styles as well, and also music taste. You know. But in terms of really connecting with somebody that you never thought you would connect in your life, that's the most that you can get paid out of, you know, because you never know what kind of doors that relationship can open up.
Absolutely.
You know, so
absolutely.
And I think this is the reason why I also I want to go to Madrid and live over there for a few years or 5 years, 6 years, I don't know how long, but to do the same thing. Create a network and connect people from America to Europe to America and Mexico, you know. So it's like
learn Spanish.
Of course, that's number one priority right now. I'm still trying.
Well, I mean, if we were to consider, you know, what you've managed to do up until now, that's really not.
It's not a big leap at all.
No.
I see. Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to seeing what 2020 and beyond.
Definitely, it's good having you here tonight.
Great, thank you for having me here. It's been
speaking of 2020,
time.
Before we shut it down, I want to let everybody know that tomorrow, December 19th, tickets go on sale for West Coast Weekender.
West Coast?
June 5th to 7th.
Where's it at? Where's it at?
The sunny San Diego hotel, at the Lafayette Hotel.
Back at Lafayette.
Yes. They were both great. You know, I like them both for different reasons. But I'm really looking forward to that. Be sure to go to West Coast Weekender for ticket info or Eventbrite and be an adult. Find it.
It's in June this year. Remember that, people.
June 5th to 7th.
Yep.
And
that's good.
And we got a few things coming up.
You got something coming up real quick.
I think I'm before you. I think. Yep. 27th December. House Music Fridays, San Diego.
I've heard good things.
Yeah. You know, I'll be coming out of hiatus there first, and it'll be nice, you know, post Christmas, but I still consider it, you know, Christmas, you know, with my peoples in them. Big ups to Matthew Bryan and Jesse Austin, my man Jimmy Kennedy.
That's right.
Yeah.
The fellas, the fam down there.
And Jack Elgin. Looking forward to that. And then right after me.
Thanks to Ricky Kong for reminding me to say something about New Year's Eve. We had it covered. Mind Fruit, Enter the Tech, and I forget the other groups, but it's a huge Super Bloom party in the Mind Fruit room. I know it's going to be a group of people, but I'm opening up for Torfisk, Scrubfish, Scott, Beast DJ. I'm looking forward to that. They were strategic enough to not put us at the same time that Matt and Ricky are playing. I've heard good things about those guys. They get it in pretty efficiently and pretty awesome. It's gonna be a good party. Tickets, find my Facebook, Super Bloom, Mind Fruit. I think tickets go up. They're like 50 tonight, something like that. But it's gonna be a big 4-room party, and it's gonna be fun. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, that's tech house, techno, drum and bass.
Yeah, and some other stuff I've never heard of before.
Yeah. Early
country trap.
Actually, not early, but late January. I'll be back in Flagstaff.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
I want to say that's the 25th with Heartbeat. I'll confirm that. I mean, the date is confirmed, but as far as who else is on the night, I will.
I love him there.
I will add more
Flagstaff
details to that later. As well as, wait a minute, I skipped one.
What you got?
There's, I think this month is Techno Taco Tuesday.
I've heard good things.
I don't remember the date though. I don't remember the date. Yeah, I don't remember the date.
That's racist as hell.
But holy shit! And Ridiculous Records.
Oh, that's right. We got
so
Ridiculous
that
Records. I forgot about that.
don't forget to make sure you follow the IG. I'll be posting flyers for whatever obviously we do and everything else that goes on off strip, underground, Vegas.
Yeah. Also, this weekend, Saturday, Eliation. It's kind of like a new group that
Really?
is doing a warehouse party with Victor Calderon and Leighton Giordani.
Okay.
So
Where's that
that's gonna be on Commerce at CXX or CSX. I think that's the venue. It's like a warehouse.
Yeah.
Really? Where's that?
I want to say Main Street.
It's like the street
All right.
on
I
the
like
west
that.
side.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Find
We'll share the flyer. We'll share the
you'll
flyer
find the
on
info on the other side of Vegas, whether it be Instagram or face-based.
Yeah.
Everybody
And
be safe,
then-
man, coming up too. Please.
And then New Year's Day,
Mm-hmm.
New Year's
we
Day.
have a party at Commonwealth with Juliet Fox. She's a techno DJ, and that's a Wednesday night, so it's New Year's Day night. So if you're still not,
I did that last
Had
year too.
enough.
You did a New Year's Day party too, because you played
Yeah.
last year.
Yes.
Juicy Beats.
yeah,
Yeah, that was.
I was the guy like, oh man, New Year's Eve, cool. I was like, no, fool, it was
Year's
New Year's Day. And it wasn't even like it was that difficult to figure out. I was
Yeah.
just maybe wasted. I don't know.
yeah. Club Soda on the first.
Yeah, big ups to Club Soda.
Yeah.
But all things coming up, whatever I know, you'll know, and you'll be able to see that on the other side of Vegas on Instagram or Facebook. Be sure to follow. Give him your handle, my man.
Socials.
Oh,
Yeah.
socials. Oh, damn! I got through all my socials.
Man, you gotta get in touch with your social media, bro.
Follow my Snapchat.
Snapchat.
I don't have that shit.
Snap.
MySpace.
My
No, it's Instagram is just Badbeat, and then Facebook the same.
I don't even think we're
Badbeat.
Instagram friends.
So at Badbeat, you'll find it, Google it,
And make sure you find us too and follow the
You
show.
know, I had to explain that to somebody. It was like, yeah, you don't.
Yeah, you drank another one.
He was like, yo, you don't follow me on whatever the fuck
Twitter
they
and
were
shit.
talking about. And I'm like, I follow you on Facebook. Why the fuck I gotta follow you?
Regurgitated stories.
Yeah,
I follow cats.
I mean,
Little
they're
cats.
they're all fucking connected. And it's not like you have a different entity. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Well, some people have a lot of different entities.
Well, yeah. They
You
ain't
set
me.
me up for that one.
But they ain't me, goddammit.
Yamas, thanks
Cheers,
for coming
guys.
in, man.
Thank you
Here's to the
for
new year.
having me here.
Good stuff,
Merry
man.
Christmas.
So y'all.
God damn, that's some good shit. Yeah, everybody be safe.
And until next time,
You know what's up.
I appreciate your time. I didn't do that on purpose.
That
I
was
swear.
corny
I
as
swear I
hell.
did. Until next time, I appreciate your time.
Definitely.
Do remember, there's no peace without unity.
Unity.
Till next time.